What's the moment when you unlock your door, your front door, garage door, whatever it is, and you go to your house or the place where you happen to live? What is the moment that signals to you you're home? When does it occur to you, I'm home?
Are you asking rhetorically?
No. I am. Go ahead, Josh.
I turn my computer or tablet on and can watch like some TV or something.
Cool. When he gets the entertainment devices going. Very good. What else? Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
Actually, we have a key hook. When I hang my house key on the hook, that's it for me.
When you hang the key on the hook, you're done with the key. You've made it. You're home.
That's it.
Go ahead, Hollis.
When the cats come over and want to be petted.
Ah, when the cats come over. That's true. When the other beings that are at home waiting for you dutifully all day when they make their way over. That's good. One more? Yeah, go ahead, Allison.
Carol says, "Hi, honey."
Ah, when Carol says, hi, honey. When the person or people who share that home with you greet you and bring you into that space.
You always home first?
I'm asking, because this parsha has a funny little inversion around home to it. We're in Vayetzei. This is the Torah portion that has the stairway to heaven, Led Zeppelin fame. Jacob has a dream about the angels going up and going down on the sulam, this ladder, stairway, whatever it is, to heaven. Jacob wakes up from his sleep and says, surely God is present in this place and I didn't know it. It says he was shaken. He said, how awesome is this place? This is no other than Beit El. Bethel, depending on, I grew up at a congregation Bethel. Our friend and teacher, Rabbi Beals, is at a Bethel this very evening for Shabbat as well. There are lots of Bethels out there. House of God is literally what it means. Beit, house, El, one of those God names. So here's the funny thing. All of you, when I asked about home, gave examples of rest or relaxation or connectedness, groundedness, rootedness. Jacob gets the opposite. It says he is shaken by his experience and said, God was here and I didn't even know it. This must be Beit El, the home of God. Jacob arrives at a home rattled, taken out of his context, but says this is home, this is house of God. What? So what's up with that? The connection between home or house here and actually not being at ease, not being in a peaceful place, not relaxing, the cats coming over, the family coming over, hanging the keys up, turning on the TV, whatever it is. That's not what's happening here. Why is that, do you suppose? Simcha, yeah, you got this one?
I mean, it's not his house. Like he thought
You did
he
have this one.
place in
To paraphrase Simcha, who did in fact have this one, it's not Jacob's house. It's not Beit Yaakov. Probably a perfectly delightful synagogue wherever that is, but no, it's Beit El, Bethel, God's house, not Jacob's house. And I think of that as an interesting little piece here. It says before that Jacob is laying down. First of all, anybody know what he's on the run from right now? Yeah. From his brother. He's hiding from his brother, Esau. Things are not going great for him. His brother and his brother's 400 best friends are hunting for Jacob at the moment. 400 besties in his militia. And Jacob is hiding from them. And it says, Jacob finds this place, stops there for the night. He takes a rock and uses it as a pillow and lies down for the evening. He is on the run. He is sleeping on a rock. His pillow is a rock in this random place, and then he has a shocking dream that rattles him, and then he names it the house of God. To me, this tells us something about God. We have all of these prayers that talk about us resting, lay us down in this hashkivenu, peaceful sort of way, God protecting us, taking care of us, what have you. There is another element to God, though, that bears noting, which is that sometimes it's worth being provoked. Sometimes it's worth being pushed. Sometimes we actually need to be rattled a little bit. This whole part of the journey right now, we are going from Jacob, the conniving, charlatan figure, stealing stuff from his brother and father, to Jacob, who is going to be the patriarch of all the people of Israel, the 12 tribes. I don't think one gets lifted out of one's selfishness necessarily, in the way that Jacob exhibits through the beginnings of his story, without maybe being rattled a little bit. So I want to suggest that in addition to the parts of God that bring us to rest, that lay us down, that take care of us, there's also that of God, that of holiness in the world that shakes us a little bit when we need to be shook. It's the piece of us that breaks us out of complacency. That's holy too. That is sacred. The word experience, I learned this from my Rabbi Steve Sager when I was a kid growing up. Experience means literally ex peril, from danger. You cannot gain experience other than through the difficulty, through the rough patch, through being rattled, through being shaken. That's a big piece of how we grow, in point of fact. If it was a week that rattled you, rattled me a little bit, I'm not going to lie. There's probably some growing in that. And if it was a week that spared you from that, that's a blessing too. But it'll come back around. That part of God, that part of holiness that's there to shake you, rattle your cage a little bit, wake you up, move you forward, that's actually part of the journey too. And it's also part of the holiness of it. It's part of how Jacob knew, oh yeah, this is the house of God. Not my house, but this is actually the house of God. It's a place that moved me into a different version of myself, into growing just a little bit. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. We continue on page 142 with the Kiddush